Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 11th. You have this Poised card and this Chaos and Conflict card. The Poised card I really like. This lady is like being lifted up on this pedestal here, if you can see it. And she is, feeling really good about herself. So I feel like some of you are getting ready for greatness. The Chaos and Conflict card, I actually feel like you're removing any conflicts or chaos that's in your life. I feel this energy of you kind of like simplifying your life, and that could include eliminating things that cause problems or, anything that you feel is causing a problem in your life. And, again, of course, that is a good thing. You have the Hermit, the Seven of Wands, sure, we'll take it, and the Ace of Wands coming up in your current general energies. The Hermit, I do feel that some of you have been in Hermit mode, Scorpio, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it's a good thing to be in Hermit mode because the Hermit has to find his light. He has been through a dark night of the soul. He's climbing to the top of this mountain so that he can find his inner light. And I feel a lot of you have been working on finding your inner light, or you have done something to find your inner light with the Hermit card. I also feel that, but one thing I will say is I think it's time to shine your inner light. Like whatever you've learned over time, you have that Poise card. She is kind of like being lifted up on this pedestal, and she is kind of shining or glowing. She has that star there. And so it's time for you to kind of like show off, right? It's time for you to, if you've been learning a new skill, maybe it's time to use that skill. If you're looking for love and you've been making changes to yourself, maybe it's time to, reveal that to the world. And that's what I feel like the Hermit is saying. You have the Seven of Wands. All three water signs had something about boundaries or, putting up boundaries. I kind of feel it's time for water signs to, maybe just, give to themselves a little bit more. And that doesn't mean you can't give to other people, but I do feel the end of the year here. What I said to Cancers, I kind of was feeling until like March timeframe of 2025 that it would be a good time to really just nurture yourself, have healthy boundaries, and just so you can heal yourself, or maybe you're going through healing, or again, Hermit is a long-ass journey. So if you've been on a long journey, you need a break. And I feel the Seven of Wands is about, putting up those boundaries so you can take a break. Next, you have the Ace of Wands, and you have two aces here, which is great. The Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. A lot of you with that Hermit, you really could be, maybe you have been making some changes to yourself, and now you are revealing those changes to the world, and you could be doing new things with the Ace of Wands. It could be everything. And I feel that, embracing these new beginnings or doing new things would be a good idea with the Ace of Wands. I also am getting something about creative energy here. So if you are doing something creative, or if you're thinking about doing something creative, I feel that will be extra good for you, Scorpio, with that Ace of Wands. Sometimes I don't always feel the Ace of Wands is talking about, a creation, something that you have created. But in this case, I definitely feel that you've created something, or are creating something that you need to put into the world. With the Hermit, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, don't stay at the top of the mountain. I believe that the Hermit goes to the top of the mountain, and then his next step is to come down from the mountain. The problem is, it's really nice being isolated sometimes, right? After you have dealt with a lot of problems, and if you're protecting yourself from the world with the Hermit, then it's nice to just stay at the top of the mountain and not get out into public, or not deal with other people, right? But the Hermit needs to not only be the change he wants to see in the world, but he has to change the world. That's like his next step. And I would definitely encourage you to do that with the Four of Pentacles, and like leave a comfort zone, or, put yourself out into the world. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Chariot. Definitely a victory, or there could be victories coming in for you. The Chariot represents, a change. He is leaving the city behind him, and he's doing that so that he can go in a unique direction. And definitely, I think there is a big change coming in for you. You have the Ten of Swords to the Death card, and the Ten of Swords, the guy is dead. And the Death card is realizing that it's time to make a transformation. So I feel that a lot of you could be releasing, a comfort zone or a place that you're from, and you could be moving in towards new things with the Ace of Wands, things that inspire you. And of course, this is going to be a victory with the Chariot. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Devil. The Devil can represent toxic energy, or toxic vibes, or toxic people. Like I said with the Hermit, I kind of feel a little, and the Seven of Wands, I feel that you should protect yourself from anything that you see as toxic. It's funny that I said creativity on the Ace of Wands, because these people have these animal horns on their heads, and the animal horns on their heads represent our baser instincts, like our root chakra energy, root chakra energy is creation. And so I always say, sometimes I feel with the devil that we have to take that energy up from our head, our root chakra, and we need to bring it up to our heads and put it out into the world. And so I think that for a lot of you, this could be about turning something that is in your imagination more practical. You know, this card is Saturn and Capricorn, the devil, or Capricorn. And so Capricorn is a very practical sign, right? So we have to take something dreamy and we have to make it practical. And that's what I feel is going on for you here, because the Ace of Wands is just an inspiration. It's just something that you are interested in working on or doing. And I really feel it's talking about being practical. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Lion spirit, says be generous of spirit. You have this Groundhog spirit, says time to let go. Ten of Swords, Death card, definitely time to release something in your life. I feel, you know, here's the other thing as well. You know, I was saying that I think it's time for you to give to yourself more. And, you know, I think sometimes people think being generous of spirit means giving. But if you are entering into the world, you're focusing on yourself. And if you are being a light to the world, then you are being generous. You are showing people how to live their life in a better way. And so I think you need to think about that, Scorpio, right? You don't have to sacrifice yourself to give to the world. Being an inspiration is like more than enough. And that's what I feel this is saying. The time to let go card, you know, this Groundhog spirit, groundhogs have like multiple chambers to their burrows, and groundhogs represent going from like one stage to the next. And so you're definitely entering into a new stage. You have the Temperance card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. The Temperance card, I feel you have been very patient. I feel like you've been waiting to change your life or change your situation for a long time. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. And so I feel for a lot of you, you could be transmuting or transforming something. You know, the Temperance Angel is trying to turn water into wine. And so I feel for a lot of you, you could be turning, you know, one thing into another, like I said. You have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can represent feeling left out in the cold, and it can represent not paying attention to your weaknesses. This guy here, he has a bell around his neck, and back in the day, lepers used to have to wear bells around their necks so people would know when they were coming down the street. But the Five of Pentacles says you need to double down on your strengths and not focus on all the reasons why you can't do something, right? And I feel the Five of Pentacles, I always say fives have the easiest solutions in the tarot, and with the Five of Pentacles, it's just about focusing on your strengths. With the, you have the Knight of Swords here as well. Knight of Swords is normally a card of rushing, and he is like forcing that horse to run. And that horse looks stressed out, right? It looks like he is forcing that horse to run. So I wouldn't force things to happen, but I will say I feel pretty good about this Knight of Swords in your reading. The Knight of Swords is a card of momentum, and it can say that you are building momentum in your life in the right direction. So I think as long as you're doing things that kind of have a nice flow to them, where you're not forcing it to happen, but it's building up speed, you know, those are the things I would focus on. But if you are doing something where you're banging your head against the wall and you can't get it to work, then I would let those things go. But I do pretty much feel pretty good about this card in your reading. I go back and forth on the Knight of Swords, but I feel pretty good. With the Temperance card, you have the Tower. I think all three signs so far have had the Tower, so there could be definitely global Tower moments going on. You know, I think that makes sense at this time. The Tower is about seeing reality. You always get the Tower with me, Scorpio, so I mean, it is your card. You know, really, is it that big of a deal? Probably not. But, you know, it can be a card of reality and seeing reality for what it is. One thing I will say with the Temperance card is that, you know, if something has been a tower, the Temperance card, you know, the Temperance card, he could just step off on this path and get this crown. And, you know, the crown is falling off the top of the tower. This kind of gives me the vibes of, like, do you really need to fix something? And I don't know. I can't answer that question for you. Maybe you do. But, you know, I think if there's been a tower moment, this is saying, do you really need to fix whatever the Tower moment is, or is there just something better right here with the Ace of Cups that is going to work, that could come in for you? And I would pay attention to that. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about learning and education. You maybe have learned a lot this year, and the Hierophant would be about using that knowledge to progress. The Hierophant can also represent marriage, and we do have a little bit of love here with the Ace of Cups. On top of that, the Hierophant communicates with heaven and earth. He translates the messages from heaven down to earth. So a lot of you could be getting messages this week, or, you know, there might be visions that you're having, maybe not literally, but, you know, just things that you want to manifest in the world. And the Hierophant says, manifest those things into the world. It says, take your vision from heaven and bring it down to earth. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, as long as you are in the flow, as long as you are in alignment, keep moving in that direction. Nine of Cups is fulfillment. It is wish granted. It is a very good card, but the reason he's getting a wish is because he's in alignment. So again, I think the things that you're in alignment with are going to move forward very quickly. The things that you're not in alignment with that Knight of Swords, it's going to be like banging your head against the wall. It's going to be a struggle. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Observe card and you have this Intuition card. Definitely a very intuitive week where I would pay attention to your intuition. This Observe card, again, you look at this house as being lifted up, right? And I kind of feel it is saying, again, pay attention to the things that are flowing and also get rid of the things that aren't creating flow in your life, or get rid of the things that are slowing you down or where you're banging your head against the wall. And that's what I feel like you need to observe. This could also just say, like, observe your intuition. Pay attention to what your intuition is telling you to do. And if you pay attention to your intuition, I think things will flow very nicely for you and things will really progress. You have the Ace of Cups, what was this? Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Page of Swords. The Ace of Cups is flow. The Ace of Cups can just reach down into that water below it and fill itself back up. So it's all about, the Ace of Cups is all about getting into the flow of things. The Ace of Cups can also be a love offer, or, can represent you receiving some sort of offer in your life. So there could be a really solid offer coming in. I don't really see this reading as a love reading. It could be. I think love is always available to us, but, I kind of feel this could be like a work offer, a business offer that's coming in for you. And I would take it. I also feel something very specific here, which is you could be getting an offer that you have the Two of Pentacles here. It's kind of saying to me that you could be getting an offer. It's like a part-time offer, like maybe you already have a job and you're getting another job. And I don't know, this is very specific. It might be for only one of you, but if you get an offer, like you already have a job, and you're doing something on the side, I almost feel that Two of Pentacles is saying the thing that you get on the side could end up becoming your job, and it's going to be a lot better. So it might be worth it to, take a side position or side hustle or side job. You have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Swords. The Nine of Wands is about putting up boundaries. The Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with. And, the Ten of Swords is really a blessing in disguise. He's making the same symbol with his hand there that the Hierophant is making on his card, which represents a blessing. So it could be a blessing that something was a tower in your life, and the Ten of Swords would be encouraging you to release it or let it go. And the Nine of Wands would encourage you to not give up on the big picture. So whenever I have something like this tells me that maybe you left a disaster behind. It could have been a connection, could have been a job or something like that. And the Nine of Wands is saying, don't give up on love forever, or don't give up on being successful forever, right? And so it's time to try again. And, the Nine of Wands really says you only have to try one more time. He has that one wand in his hand or in both his hands, and he can be successful the next time. So don't give up. You have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. Again, all three water signs had the Page of Swords, so it could just be a great time to embrace your curiosity or to look more into things that you're interested in or that stand out to you. So I would pay attention to those things that just pop into your head, especially with the Ace of Wands as well. The Ace of Wands can be a spark of hope, a spark of inspiration, and I would be paying attention to that. With the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful and using your resources. I've been saying all year that if there's something that we want, we're probably not going to have the resources to get it. But if we are resourceful, we will get it. So I think it's really important that you tap into your resources, or look at the resources you have and use those resources to be successful. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Judgment card. Very good, because we have the Tower right here. So Tower to Judgment is the most powerful combination in the tarot. It is having a major revelation, or it is having a major wake-up call. So I love those two cards together, because you could be having like a major wake-up call this week, and it could be a good thing, like you are changing your life. Your next card, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So there could be like a sudden realization. I would pay attention to any sparks, right? Ace of Wands, Tower, Judgment, for sure. I would pay attention to any sudden inspirations that you're receiving this week, or any sudden insights that you're gaining, and it could come from other people. And with the Page of Swords, these sudden insights could come from children as well. So sometimes I think children say things to us and we're just like, they're a child, what do they know? But, again, this could be like a sudden inspiration or an important inspiration that you're receiving with the Page of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune wants you to like really pay attention and take control of those sudden insights because, they could make you more successful. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card. It says, there is hope ahead. There you go. It says, have the courage and take heart. There is hope. Ace of Wands. You have this, spend time in nature. Now I'm choking. It says, let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. So I think there is definitely hope, or something like a hopeful moment that's coming in for you this week. And I think it will be kind of like a sudden insight, So, it could just be something that pops into your head. You could be watching TV and get an inspiration from whatever you're watching. And I would really pay attention to those moments of hope, and I would follow them. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Two of Wands. Two of Pentacles is juggling. Two of Pentacles is being very busy, but it's showing up in the good stuff. So a lot of you could be very busy, but usually when the Two of Pentacles shows up in the good stuff, you are getting the rewards for the work that you're doing. So I feel for a lot of you, it's saying, yeah, you're going to be busy, but at least you're getting the energy for it. Two of Pentacles also encourages us to have more fun. So anything fun that you can do at this time would be a really good idea. You have the Death card. The Death card can represent a change or a transformation coming in for you. And so a lot of you could be experiencing a big major change or a major transformation in your life with the Death card. And the Death card is also your card. So again, for the second time, you are showing up in a position of strength and power. And this really allows you to get what you want from the reading. The two pillars from the moon show up right here, and the sun is coming up between those two pillars. And so it kind of represents entering into a sun period, which is like a period of hope, faith, happiness, joy, peace, really good energy. So a lot of you could just be stepping into a better time. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands wants us to take the lead and really grab onto something. He has the whole world in his hands. But the story of this card is that he's looking out here in front of him, but he's not looking right here at all the opportunities and all the things that exist in front of him. So a lot of you might need to leave a comfort zone or get out into the world. But it's coming up in the good stuff, and we have Tower to Judgment here to the Two of Wands, which kind of says to me that you could be inspired to move your life in a new direction this week, and whatever it is going to be good, probably. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords in the good stuff, to me, represents taking a risk. So it could be a good week for you to take a risk on something. This could be taking a risk to move in a new direction, taking a risk to put yourself out there. Whatever it is, doesn't really matter. But I would just take, I think it's saying, I would take some sort of risk at this time, especially with the Five of Swords coming up in the good stuff. This would kind of say that you are going to win if you take some sort of risk. With the Death card, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can be marriage, and we do have the Ace of Cups here. So if you're with a person, or if you're meeting a person, this could be a person that you're going to marry in the future. Four of Wands is really a card of freedom. These people have set themselves free, and they are celebrating on the other side of these Four of Wands. So I would do whatever you can to set yourself free at this time, or to gain more freedom. I think that will be the most helpful thing with the Four of Wands. You have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. People want to help you, is what I feel like this is saying. If you need help taking a risk or taking a leap of faith with that Two of Wands, I would definitely ask for help with the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles can also say that you are receiving recognition, or you're getting attention for the work that you're doing. So if you've been trying to stand out in work or business, or if you've been trying to get attention on your work, you could be getting attention on your work. You have this career card. Yeah, there is a lot of work stuff here. There's definitely work change going on. I kind of said that on the Two of Pentacles, and I would embrace it. It really popped into my head as, you already having a position or a job, and then you are getting another job, or, something. Something is happening where you're getting something else, and I feel it'll be very helpful for you to, embrace that a new position, or to get something new. Next, you have this younger woman. It says dealings with relationships with a younger woman. And you have this gong card. It says an exciting event. You could be the younger woman or man. It really doesn't matter. Again, it says woman, but this is a general reading. And so this could be an exciting event with you. Or again, there could be a younger person that you have in your life, and you could be having an exciting event with them. You have this dogs card. It says getting together with friends. Yes, very social end of the year. I've said this to everyone that, the end of the year here I think is great for surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, Three of Pentacles, or people who support you. And so I think being social or socializing if it wants to focus, would be a great idea with this card. You have this apple. It says, temptation will test you. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords I feel good about in your reading, but the Knight of Swords is going this direction here. And so he is kind of running back to the past. And I feel like this is saying everything is in front of you. It's not behind you. So make sure to keep moving forward. You have this key. It says successful outcome to your problems. Yes, if you're having a problem, you could be finding a very easy solution with this energy. But this looks really good here, Scorpio. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.